Greetings, strangers, queer and pleasant. I'm not Laura Kate Magnet Dale.
And I'm not Jane Aerith Magnet Dale. And welcome to another episode of Queer and Pleasant Strangers. It's a podcast where we're wifey ones, we talk about stuff, what we've done in the week, usually media related.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm a sleepy little bean.
I'm a sleepy little bean too.
We've had some more warms.
The warmth has come back. The summer has not abandoned us. We've had some reasonable warmth, not like I'm dying warmth like we had a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, it was warm enough that we didn't have to have the fan on.
Yeah, it's a nice summer's day that isn't setting me on fire.
I say that, we do have the fan on now.
Well, we do now. It's muggy. It's not like a crisp summer's day.
Yeah, it's it's damp here. It will always be monsoon season from now on.
Indeed.
What have you played, oh player of things?
Should I start with the thing that I'm
currently playing?
Playing intermittently during the recording today, because it's look, to say I'm playing it's playing itself during the podcast.
I mean, you have chosen to do as automate it as hard as possible.
Yeah, well, that's what you do with games that have that kind of option. I'm playing Scritchy Scratchy.
A game I talked about repeatedly many months ago.
And I knew would be 100% my jam, but also was like, I cannot pick this up until I have the right frame of mind. I'm going to need a bit of time where, like, I'm allowed to get obsessed with a thing, and it's not going to get in the way of, like, I'm not going to have, like, other things I should be doing to go, oh, I can't pick up a slightly addictive game right now.
Also, you did the smart thing to play this on a device with a touchscreen, so that you could get the good scratch sensation, which is something I never considered while playing.
Yeah, no, I played a little bit of this on PC with a mouse earlier today for, like, 10 minutes, and was like, no, it doesn't feel good to do. The Scritchy Scratchy feels terrible on this. Touchscreen Scritchy Scratchy, very satisfying.
I bet, yeah.
But yeah, you've talked about this game before. It is a game about, in come a bunch of scratch cards, you scratch them off, you can eventually start automating that process, but generally speaking, the higher value scratch cards will have, like, conditions that you want to kind of avoid. So if you're manually scratching them, it's like some of the scratch cards would be like, oh yes, you want to scratch the fruit, but if you start scratching it and you see it's a worm, don't keep scratching it, because if you scratch too much of the square, that counts as scratched off, and now you're going to lose money because you scratched off one with a worm.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
The bush.
But then, like, if you can get your luck stats up high enough, you can tank the fact that, like, that scratch card will occasionally have a negative, because in the long run, buying enough of them, you will have a net positive. And then you can start, like, feeding them into the automation machine that'll scratch them for you, but it'll scratch them, like, it'll scratch the whole card. So, like, if there's something bad on there, that'll get scratched, and you're like, is that card at a point where I can batch those and not fundamentally lose money doing it?
Yeah.
In order to buy more gadgets and doodads for the table to help your...
Yeah, because you can boost your luck stat as one of the, upgrades you can get on this.
Yeah, you've got, like, a little kitty cat that will automatically take scratched off scratch cards and, like, cash them in for their value. Mm-hmm. You've got, like, the machine that will automatically buy new scratch cards of a certain type every X amount of time. Mm-hmm. And you are just trying to create this empire of billions of income. At one point, I got an achievement that was something like, scratch off a scratch card with a value higher than all of the currency value on Earth. Like, more than the financial value of everyone on Earth, you scratched off of a single scratch card. I'm like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, you
Once
did.
I got up into the, like, octillions of dollars for a single scratch card.
Oh.
There's a very satisfying just let the dopamine happen
It is.
kind of game. Many dopamine happen, many dopamine happen.
So many dopes.
It's a very cheap game. There is some repetition to it, but I think that they do a good job of making the repetition go by faster and faster each time you do it, partially from mechanics and partially from better understanding of how to quickly work through systems.
And you have scratched final scratch cards. How many times now? 3?
4 now, I think.
Ooh.
So I think I'm heading toward the end game.
I see.
I have the machine that turns money into souls, which I think is my end game piece, but I just unlocked some kind of new achievement while not paying attention. Yeah, it's a cheap game. It's probably, compare it to something like, You Know the Drill, probably a bit more length in terms of gameplay, but not that much further in terms of, like, I feel like in 1 or 2 settings you could get to the end of at least, like, the core thing it's setting my objective up to be.
Do you know if the, like, the meta stuff, like, the challenges are in there? Because they were in the demo, in the original Next Fest demo I played, but they weren't in the full game when I got it.
I can find out for you, like, right now. Or not right now.
You can't right now because you're in the middle of a run.
Challenges coming soon.
Yeah, they said that when it came out. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal there is.
No.
But, yeah, for a cheap little game, it's certainly doing the dopamine thing. Many dopamine is happening.
It's good. All the joy of scratching, none of the massive debt or wasted money.
Or none of the sensory of, oh no, scratch material.
A bad scratch material, yeah.
Yes, as we've experienced with bad scratch material in certain Legacy
Pandemic
games.
Legacy Season 2.
Yes. So yeah, that's a thing I've been playing. I don't have a lot to say about it. It's all of the dopamine of gambling without any of the risk of financial ruination. And also the automated dopamine. I enjoy automating some dopamine. What about you? What have you been playing?
Not played a lot. I have been futzing around in Pico 8 again. I made an entirely text-based incremental game today.
Ooh.
And then I rewrote the whole thing, I refactored the whole thing into under 100 lines of code. It's a great game until you realise that you can only increase so far because the highest number you can have on Pico 8 is about 32,000 something.
Yes, there is definitely the way that we've done numbers, there is a hard limit to what this can do.
I'm told there are ways of working out how to do, like, big number algorithms by futzing around with things in a different way, but I didn't have time to research
how
the
to
maths
do big
behind
numbers.
that. Yeah, and also, it's not just the big number itself, because I could very easily represent the number, no problem. The biggest problem is, how do I, like, spend some of that money to buy things?
Yeah.
How do I do stuff like that? And have that system still work? And I don't know off the top of my head. But I had a fun afternoon making a thing from scratch.
Nice.
It taught me some new things about, like, menus and stuff. And, it was a fun little experiment to piss around with. Considering I started in the morning with a bat and ball game.
Yeah.
And by the afternoon I had 2 versions of an incremental game, one of them much smoother and more scalable than the other.
Yay!
But also possible to complete. Which is not so good. What about you? Have you played anything else?
I've been playing some demos I've been trying to work through the list of demos of stuff I saw during Summer Games Fest, and I'm having mixed success in terms of, like, finding the time to try things, but I played at least a few more demos this week.
Yeah.
I checked out the demo for Cozy Game Restoration.
This is the cleaning things with the isopropyl alcohol and the Q-tip.
Yeah, this is What If Power Wash Simulator, but on a much smaller scale. Instead of walking around a big...
Literally zero power.
Yeah, instead of big 3D environment where you're doing, like, big scale cleaning, but you're also trying to find, like, where in this entire play park have I missed one bit of dirt, it's very clear where the dirt is on this. It's probably a rectangle that you got to use tweezers to pull some stickers off of, and isopropyl to, like, gently use a Q-tip to get the glue off, and then using the Q-tip to clean off the surface level dirt, and then when there's grooves or, like, the indented hex screw areas, use the toothbrush so that you can get into the deeper areas, and then you use your there's certain stuff that you use toothpaste for, and I forget what the toothpaste is for, and then you've got, like, a drying gun to, like, dry up the liquid from the isopropyl, and you got, like, a nice little percentage that's telling you how close you are to getting there. It's basically just Power Wash Simulator, but it makes me feel less motion sick. Because I'm not walking around in a big 3D environment and having to do, like, move my camera looking around, walking around in first person, looking up and walking around while looking in odd directions trying to find dirt. because it's all just, there's a table and I rotate the object and not my field of view. I don't get motion sick doing it. It's just small-scale, detail-oriented power wash simulator, essentially.
Nice.
And it's very satisfying. The demo's really good and chunky. You've got, I think, you got multiple in-game days, and each in-game day you get sent multiple cartridges to clean. So, you can get multiple hours out of that demo. It is a good slice of game. If worst case scenario, if you're itching for a chunk of that kind of gameplay, there's a lot of it in that demo.
Nice.
Have you done anything else game-wise this week?
I've been going through my Steam library.
Yeah.
Playing through my pile of shame. I started playing a game called The Entropy Center.
Oh, yes. This has been on my wish list for a while, and I've not checked it out.
Ah, well. It is very much in that Quantum Conundrum Cube wannabe Portal games.
Yeah, it wants to be in that sort of superliminal conversation, it seems.
I don't know about superliminal necessarily, but very much that sort of you are in a test facility being tested.
You have the mechanic.
You have the gun that do the thing.
All the puzzles are how well do you understand the one mechanic that the gun gives you, while the person talks to you about the testing.
Move things around in space and achieve something, or don't, I guess. And so the thing with this is that you can move stuff back through time. Mm-hmm. And it's very much a case of working out, okay, if I drop this off the side, and then I go down to a place that I can only, go through, if I drop this off the side, and then I go and pick it up, and I put it on a switch that turns off a gate, and then I go through the gate, and I rewind it back to just as it falls past me, and then I can pick it up and put it on an entirely different thing.
Okay, I see, yeah.
And then it's, okay, this is the things that's going to happen, and they're going to happen in this order. Okay, now I'm going to, run across this river, and I'm going to play the thing back so that it goes back onto the thing that makes the jump pad work. Now I'm up in the right area, now I'm going to play it all the way back to where it was standing opening the door behind me. Now I'm going to walk through the door.
Not 100%, but it almost sounds like Viewfinder might be its closest comparison in that sort of... In that you were taking photos of a state and then replicating it somewhere else. It's and now it's like it was when photo was taken. Obviously, this is more granular because you're rewinding, it sounds like.
Yeah.
As opposed to just, loading past states, but...
Yeah, this feels more like Portal or Quantum Conundrum or Cube, that sort of thing, because there's a lot of, here is a cube, move it somewhere, make thing happen. It's an interesting idea, although I have already gotten to the point where I'm I don't know if I'm smart enough to solve this.
The eternal problem with those kind of games.
I looked at the achievements and I'm less than halfway through the game. It's okay, cool. Oopsie. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep plodding away at it. But yeah, that's Entropy Center. It's fun.
Nice.
If a little bleak. Because the whole thing, the whole story of the game is... At the Entropy Center, we generate entropy energy by solving puzzles. Mm-hmm. And we use that to, anytime the Earth has a whoopsie, we reverse the Earth back and send sort of the most senior people on Earth all of our data so that they can do stuff to avoid the thing.
Yeah.
But at some point, everybody in the Entropy Center disappeared, and now something has collided with the Earth, and now it is entirely exploding.
Yes.
So, on your own, you need to generate enough entropy energy to rewind the Earth.
That sounds like a lot of entropy to have to do solo. Mm-hmm. I feel like I can see where that plot might go.
It's already not going well, so I have to hope that I can sort things out. But, that's Entropy Center. What about you? Have you played anything else?
I checked out a demo for a game called Choo Defenders.
Not to be related to Choo Choo Survivors or Choo Choo Charlie.
No, so Choo Choo Survivors, we talked about before, was a Vampire Survivors kind of game, but it was on a fixed track, and you were
train goes goes left and right, and that's it.
And that's it. This is a top-down tower defense wave game, is maybe the best way to put it. You have waves of enemies that will come in, but between waves of enemies, you can delete and lay down pieces of train track, and you have a certain number of pieces of train track, and every time that you level up, you gain a few more pieces of train track to work with, but also upgrades that will be like new weapons to add on the back of your train, or like passenger cars or cargo cars, and you'll get bonus money for picking up and dropping off passengers, or picking up cargo and dropping it off to the places it needs to go. And by doing those things, you'll gain more money, which will mean you can afford more level ups between waves, meaning that, like, you're trying to maximize the number, like, you're trying to not only make a train that will fend off the incoming waves of enemies and will survive the attacks that are coming, but that will also, like, go around to the places on the map where there are coins or hearts just generally on the level to get extra money or recover some health, trying to route yourself so that you're as efficiently as possible, picking people up and dropping people off in and around fighting, so that you can maximize how many upgrades you can get per wave. Fight through your 5 or 6 waves, there you go. There is also objectives per level, so you've got 3 stars, one of which is for beating the level, 2 of them are for doing other objectives that are quite challenging to do, and you're going to have to definitely build your train route around. One of the early ones is pick up and drop off 60 pieces of cargo, which means that, like, you've got to be averaging, like, 10 per wave, and you're not going to be picking up and dropping off 10 pieces of cargo in the first wave. So you're really having to, like, min-max your train route around what is the most efficient route I can do to pick up and drop off cargo, and that's, like, a whole other challenge to be thinking about that's, like, specific to each level, and yeah, it's a really neat game. The thing I think it does that elevates it above something like Choo Choo Survivors for me is the fact that I can draw a train route and have the train actually do a little route, and that there's a little bit of picking things up and dropping things off, and a bit of the stuff
Actual train.
the stuff that actual train do alongside. Also, I'm shooting a bunch of things and dopamine is happening. It's doing the dopamine factory thing, but the train is still being a train. The fiction is, look, I gotta fight off all these monsters that are coming, but also, little Jimmy's gotta get to Basingstoke. I can't miss him. Yeah, really fun demo. This is another one that has, like, a very lengthy demo. Multiple levels, like a really good chance to get your teeth sunk into. Yeah, this has very quickly gone quite high up my list of upcoming Survivor. It's different enough to something like Vampire Survivors or Warhammer Survivors that it's got its own niche, and one that I am looking forward to.
Yeah.
What about you? You put anything else gaming-wise in your face?
I have continued my playthrough of Bakura Planet with Lauren on stream. It's going about as well as could be expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are both bumbling through that. I live in memories of when we played it and we got through it in, like, an afternoon and a bit. Because it's not going that well.
We have a very good level of compatibility as a couple of understanding each other, like, being on a pretty good page of, like, you say something weird and abstract, I can probably follow where you're going.
Like, don't get me wrong, we both understand it's the attack penis symbol.
Yeah.
Simply set it to attack penis.
Yes, we do very well. It's the same rhythm we get into when playing something like that one Jackbox game of, like, I'm trying to badly describe a book to you with not the right words.
Yes.
It's the, no, I know what you mean when you say that.
It's nothing like spoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going chaotically. We're having a chaotic time. And Lauren still doesn't know what's up with my character, so they have all that to enjoy.
Yeah, you do.
Twiddles moustache. Yeah, very much enjoying me playing that, even if it is incredibly frustrating. The joys of ADHD, I don't remember the puzzles.
Hooray!
So it's not like I can just be, oh yes, I'll reach back into my memory and remember exactly how we did that.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you played anything else?
look, I should be playing more demos, but I was really feeling the itch to replay Final Fantasy VII, because we've got a date for...
It's now on the Switch.
Yeah, I got sync code for the Switch versions, and we know Part 3 is coming early next year. I was like, you know what? I could go for replaying Final Fantasy VII Remake. The Switch ports, real good. They're real good. Nice. They look real nice up on the telly. They run real well. They've added in a bunch of, hey, are you replaying this? Do you want to have just a smoother experience features? Which I think are on all platforms now, but I've really appreciated those. Some of those that are nice if you just kind of want to speed through the game because you're like, I just want to enjoy this journey again and not do too much grinding. You can have permanent maximum number of all your healing items in your inventory. You can have permanent max money, so whenever you get to a shop, you don't have to worry about money. You're like, yeah, I can afford to buy the stuff I want to buy while I'm here. You can have the weapons that you level up to unlock their character-wide ability. You use that ability a single time, and it's like, yeah, now the character's got it on all weapons, rather than having to use it multiple times. You can increase the rate at which you gain experience, or that you gain AP, which is your, upgrade the stats on your weapons. There's a whole bunch of things that are just, do you just want to get through, do you want to smooth this out a bit because you're on a replay? And I appreciate all those features are there.
It seemed like you'd got quite far through. Now, I don't remember the first one super well, because it's been many years at this point. But it felt like you were a good chunk of the way through. Like, you were up as far as, was it Seventh Heaven? And the things all around you?
Yeah.
And that feels like quite late in the game.
There's a fair amount of game ahead still.
Okay. I'm just probably not remembering it. I was like, isn't that basically the climax of the game?
What I've done so far is I was in Midgar, met Aerith for the first time, blew up the first reactor, went back to hang out at the bar and run around the slums a bit and learn about the people. Did the race with the motorcycle man. We blew up an additional reactor. I think on the escape from there, I fell down into the church and have just met Aerith again, and we're walking through the town heading back to hers. So we've yet to introduce her to the rest of the party, but there's a decent chunk of stuff ahead. But yeah, I'm having a bit of a sprint through it and enjoy the plot. Nice. And a refresh of it. I'm looking forward to getting to part 2 and playing it in slightly less of a gotta get through this before I get spoiled, gotta get through this gotta get through this so I can get back to work stuff. Have a slightly more relaxed play of part 2.
Also, I imagine if you've got all of the the boosters on, it's going to be very much easier to not feel completely overwhelmed by part 2 with all of its many, and we've just unlocked a bunch more things, like, it's fucking Columbo. There's just one more thing.
Just one more thing. yeah. And also knowing what to expect out of part 2, I think, is going to help a little in that regard for pacing it. Because, I'm enjoying replaying part 1, but I'm mostly doing it because I'm looking forward to replaying part 2 in that slightly more chill way. But yeah, very much enjoying going through that again and just getting it all in my head again before the inevitable playthrough of part 3 together.
Yeah.
You played anything else this week?
That's it for me.
Well then, time for this. Okay. I have finally finished writing my new trans allegory story.
Nice.
Okay. Now, I know I don't say the word trans out loud in the script, but
well, it's an allegory.
Well, yeah, and I think I made it pretty damn clear with all the signposting. Yeah. There was the colour coding of the trans flag in a lot of the scenes, and there was the parallels with my own story that I've talked about in interviews.
Yeah.
And the themes about the horrors of stagnation and refusing the call to evolution. I do worry that the caterpillar refusing to cocoon itself for fear of the fragility of the butterfly might be a little too on the nose, it might be a little not quite subtle enough.
There's the whole thing about fear of losing yourself as a result of this transformation.
Yeah, and I did say the trans bit of transformation a little louder than the rest of the word. I did overemphasize it a little in the reading, but I think it'll be alright. Okay,
Reviews are in.
Okay, I can't bear to look. Let's have a look. What do they say?
It could really be about any discomfort if you think about it, says Greg4927.
Oh, I didn't get it. A person's not a caterpillar, says Jane Bunch of Numbers.
Was the pink-blue imagery about traditional heterosexual marriage, perhaps? Asks the Daily Mail online.
Oh, God. I knew I should have just written trans in big paint in the background of the scene.
Hello?
Yes?
We've got a new sponsor.
Who's our new sponsor?
Well, do you sometimes have to go somewhere?
Regrettably, yes.
And you're like, it would be good if I had a rough idea how many people were there already so that I could gauge how many spoons to prepare.
Indeed,
How many spoons to wash up before I get there?
But it's not considered polite to ask, like, hello, I know I'm coming to your place. Can you give me, like, a numerical list of how many people to expect? People will be like, a couple of dozen. That could be 12, that could be 24. I don't know what a couple of dozen means. Help!
Well, this week's sponsor is spoonprep.lol.net.
A service for preparing spoon. I'm assuming this is the mental ones.
The
and
mental
not, like,
spoons, yes.
A washing service for my
No, they will not
physical
wash up
spoons.
your spoons.
Okay,
I don't believe so anyway.
Tell me more.
So it's like a GPS, right?
Okay.
You tell it where you're going,
Right.
and it contacts the Wi-Fi at that location, and then it works out how many people are on that Wi-Fi at that time,
Okay.
and will give you like a rough idea of how many people are there. It can also use historic data to go, like, okay, on average at this time of day, like if it's like a public space or a business or something,
Yeah.
it can go, like, on average at 8 p.m. at this location, there's usually no more than 30 people. And not all in the same area, so, you know, you can sort of prepare how prepared you need to be, how spooned you need to be. So that's spoonprep.lol.net. Enter the code Q&PS. How many people would be there, though?
That sounds very useful, both for the autism and if I needed to case the joint for a crime. Shh. I mean, only for the autism.
Yeah. So, what have you put in your eyes or ears?
What do you want to start on? Well, most of the stuff we've watched together this week.
We watched the Backrooms again.
We did. What did you make on your third viewing of the Backrooms?
You remember how I said that the audience wasn't great in my second viewing? Mm-hmm. We were sat next to the three people who were previously sat in the front row in my second viewing.
Sorry.
I'm more convinced that one guy on the left, who always seems to be on the left, has ADHD. It's the jiggling leg and the inability to sit still. I think he got up like 6 times during the film.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm sure that's fine, but please, put your phone away, stop fucking talking! And get your mate to put his backpack under his chair because you keep falling over it every time you walk out.
It was my second time watching this, and I definitely picked up new things watching it a second time.
You picked up things that I didn't notice, so now I have to go and see it. I have to go and see it again.
Like noticing when the text isn't backwards.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what to make of those things, but I definitely noticed things where I was like, that's definitely significant, and then started theory crafting on the walk home.
Yes.
I was like, why is it not backwards that one time? Is it character perspective? Does that mean something? Ooh. Ooh.
Indeed.
But yeah, it's knowing what it was building toward allowed me to better appreciate what it succeeded and failed at in terms of trying to set those themes up later on. I do maintain that I cannot empathise with a character who is that comfortable walking into a labyrinthine space without a map and just going, I'll wing it, I'll vibes my way out.
Right?
Cannot empathise with a character like that.
Yeah, and given the possible viewing that I had of it this time going in, I feel like that reading is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It continues to be an interesting film.
It's a great film. I realise it's not for everyone, but it fascinates me, and I will probably go and see it again. And I hope that it is enough that if not a limited run series, that it does get another film.
Yeah.
I think the series that Kane wants to make would be very interesting.
Yeah.
And probably very revealing. But another film, if not, would also be fine.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you watched anything else?
We both separately watched the movie Disclosure Day.
We did! That's
Yeah.
a lot of film.
That is a lot of film. It's like 2.5 hours, and it doesn't stop filming at you at any point.
It really films.
It really very consistently films. I enjoyed it more than I enjoy a lot of Spielberg's work. It felt weirder. It felt less afraid to be a bit weird and artsy than I sometimes expect of his work, in a way that I found enjoyable.
I'll be honest, with the exception of Close Encounters, I can't think of Spielberg films that I've watched since I was a kid.
That's it. A lot of the ones I've watched as a kid that have felt very not... They don't want to challenge a gentle family audience that is watching, and that's fine. It was nice to see Spielberg seemingly go, what if I could make part sci-fi spy thriller, part Dirk Gently holistic detective agency, with a little bit of musing about, how you mix religious belief with belief in alien life.
That was really interesting. They tackled that really well, I think.
That element was handled really nicely. I know a lot of people really don't like this. I like how much they didn't answer, and I like that they had the confidence to hard cut end it where they did.
I think the only other way they could have ended it is if they had hard cut ended it one word sooner.
Yes,
and I don't think anyone apart from me would have been any more or less happier about it. I thought it was absolutely it's so much film. It's constantly happening at you with such a pace, and you are constantly going, what's happening? I don't know why this is happening. What does this mean? What does any of this mean? Where does this lead?
I appreciated it as a optimistic companion piece to... I don't want to say what I'm thinking of it as a companion piece to, just because I wonder whether it's spoilers to do so. But it is nice to have something that muses on the question of, if a world-ending scenario were to befall humanity, how would humanity respond? There are so many stories that go, we would like to think we would band together in that moment, but ultimately humanity is not ready, they cannot be trusted, they would respond in the worst possible way to that situation. It is nice to watch a film that I think does, it leaves it in an ambiguous place, but it is definitely open to being read as, some things are bigger than the problems that we as a species have created for ourselves, and it might just take one big jolt of a subject to go, everything we're doing here, all of these fights we're doing are ultimately really insignificant, and maybe we should get a fucking grip as a species.
Yeah.
In a way that doesn't feel aggressive, but feels positive, that feels like, if and when this day comes, humanity will realise, hey, shut the fuck up and listen. And I like that. I like that it felt as positive as it did.
Yeah, it's quite whimsical in places.
Yeah, I like how much it does not even slightly attempt to explain its power system.
No.
The power system is delightful.
It's science or magic, or science significantly advanced that it seems like magic.
There is some nice symmetry to the powers, but how exactly they work, don't worry about it. That's unimportant.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter nearly as much as did you have a fun time.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything else?
We watched through. Don't give Disney any money.
Indeed.
We didn't. We did watch through Ironheart, which is the Disney Plus Marvel series about Riri, the character who's building her own Iron Person suit, and the many misadventures of trying to create an Iron Man suit when you don't have Tony Stark money.
Indeed. Or an arc reactor. There's a lot of limitations between this university student and making an Iron Man suit. Indeed. But also being so hyper-focused on the thing she wants to do.
Yeah.
Like, she's full of good intentions. She's like,
yes.
like, something happened to my dad and my best friend, and I want to create, like, an Iron Person suit so that first responders can get there infinitely quicker.
Yeah.
And, you know, that more people can be saved.
Yeah.
Which is a good and noble cause.
Yeah. I will say of this, we both, I think, had a concern early on, which is we are introduced to a group of people doing villainous acts who are very likeable, but you know ultimately the hero is going to have to fight against. And we both sort of jumped to that, like, oh, is this going to be very Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I agree entirely with this group of eco-terrorists, and now I have to see them as the villain. I do think this did a better job of not just repeating that.
Yeah.
Because it inevitably, the conflict that you know is going to happen is never about any of the actual criminal acts they've done. Riri is ultimately very much like, look, every criminal that you targeted, I can morally justify that it was okay that you did that. It is, the fights I am doing are in self-defense, or when one person has gone too far in one regard. She is very open to sometimes you have to do crime against bad people, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that it had a little bit of that going on.
Yeah.
Some great soundtrack. Real fucking shame that Sacha Baron Cohen's in it, but he plays a very unsettling villain because he's a very unsettling man.
Indeed.
But yeah, I thought it was overall a very enjoyable series.
Yeah.
I don't know I've ever watched a superhero thing where the superhero has lost their powers as many times as quickly as happened here.
Yeah, like, it certainly has its flaws. I think it fell into a thing that often happens with Marvel films, is like, we're going to have a black lead, and they're going to be disadvantaged constantly.
Yes.
And they might have to do something that's less than legal in order to do something right.
Yeah, the kind of thing that the white hero wouldn't be expected to have to do as part of their hero's journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it would be painted much more on the fringes of good versus bad.
Yeah.
Whereas, because of the main villain of this show, some of the crimes that happen are obviously considerably worse than something else. I'm just trying to not to do spoilers, and I feel like I'm stumbling a bit through this.
I think you're getting the point across.
Yeah, it feels like this has been sort of a constant thing.
Yeah.
With certain characters in Marvel.
Yeah,
but I think Riri's really interesting. I would love to see more of her and more of some of the gang.
Some great soundtrack choices.
Oh yeah.
I loved a lot of that supporting cast. The criminal group were very fun.
Yeah, the siblings who are good at fights.
Oh, the fight siblings.
Fun.
Those are exactly the two lesbians I would look to defend me in a bar. Like, if some transphobes were kicking off, I'd be like, you two, come help, please. I feel like I can trust you to back me up.
Yeah. Slug was fun.
Oh yeah, great hair stuff going on.
I love the green. The green is good. I'm tempted, almost not quite, to go back to green as a result.
You've done green before and it's gone great.
I had fun.
Yeah,
I like, as long as it's light, it's really the biggest thing.
Yeah,
it has to be light.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good show. More of this, maybe.
Yeah.
Play.
What about you? You put anything else in your eyes or ears this week?
No, that's it for me.
I'll watch some little bits here and there, but that's the big stuff for me. We can probably leave it there.
Well then,
time for this.
Inside the boardroom of Supremacy Software.
Hi. So, we got problems again.
I thought we had that agentic AI manager thing that was sorting all this for us now.
Well, yeah, this is the problem. The AI is the problem.
How can AI be the problem? It is the future.
Yeah, I know. They told us it was going to solve every problem, so we would never have to think about problems again.
Yeah.
But it's the problem.
How does that work? I mean, we trained it on decades of our management decisions.
Well, somehow, based on decades of our management decisions, it decided to close all our subsidiaries and fire all our staff.
But we won't have anything left. Okay, let me have a look. I'll ask it a question. Oh, it's fired me and you. How do we turn this off? It's fired everyone who might have been able to answer that for us.
I got golf clubs.
Golf clubs. Hit it with golf clubs.
Yeah. Right. My fellow.
Flags.
Right, my fellow lovers of freedom, quote unquote.
Flags.
My fellow people who aren't like us haters.
Flags.
We've got to decide where we're doing our next right wing. Definitely not fat. We don't use the F word. Definitely not flags. We use that F word. Where we should have our next right wing march. And I was thinking we should find somewhere that's like an easy win. That like if we sent like 15, 20 of us, we wouldn't face that much pushback and we'd look like a pretty good crowd.
Also a nice day out.
Right, yeah. So like
somewhere with pubs.
Right, yeah.
Maybe somewhere with a bit of seaside.
Well, yeah, there's nothing more British than the seaside, right?
Somewhere with very climbable lampposts so I can put up some flags.
Exactly. Well,
flags.
Well, I'll be putting this all into the list.
Yeah, we got.
I reckon Brighton might work.
Flags,
yeah. Nice, easy target. Yeah. Can't imagine there'd be much pushback down there.
No.
We can be in and out so quick we might even have time to swing back and do a march in Bristol after.
Yeah.
Flags.
With a hove too, flags. Flags. Hold on, we can flag. Oh.
That's a lot of wokies. Oh no.
Oh God, we're in a tunnel.
Oh no.
We're stuck in a tunnel. They're not wrong.
Flags. Stuck in a tunnel.
They were stuck in a tunnel.
Flags.
Do you know what I want to see more of?
What do you want to see more of?
Racial Justice Warriors.
Yeah.
All right, Larry.
Right, Barry. How you doing?
Oh, good. Yeah, went to that march at the weekend. Stuck some fascists in a tunnel.
They were stuck in a tunnel.
Yeah, they were stuck in a tunnel. We kept them there for hours.
They were indeed stuck in a tunnel.
Yeah. Police were equally. The official fash. The official, if you will. Yeah, you been up to much, mate?
Oh, I saw a headline that real frustrated me.
Yeah.
You see that one about the 35-year-old...
child.
35-year-old child coming out as gay. You see this one?
Yeah, deeply upsetting her mother.
Oh, the mother was grieving.
Well,
a child having come out.
I'll never have grandchildren now, I assume, except by adoption or any of the many other numbers
surrogacy, any of the many options.
All the many other ways. Yeah, IVF.
Yeah, absolutely frustrating. Because look, this isn't new, but when I hear these stories, it's usually 17-year-old has come out as trans, and that's bad enough, you know.
Yeah. And it's usually used to push that whole, the brain isn't developed until you're 25.
Yeah.
But to then go 35, no.
And look...
It's almost like boomers just can't cope with anyone younger than them having any sort of free will.
And look, not to defend the parents that do the whole, I'm mourning, I'm grieving my lost child routine when their kid comes out as trans.
Well, their kid's over there I'm right here, hello.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Not to give them more than the tiniest bit of credit, but I can at least theoretically understand they're the name and appearance are changing and it feels like the person that you saw was there. I can almost see how you get there. But when someone comes out as gay, literally nothing has changed. Literally nothing other than who they're fucking and
which was none of your business in the first place.
Who you're aware they're fucking has changed.
Yeah.
It feels even more of a bloody stretch to do. Because I don't know if these parents realise how hurtful it is to do that whole oh, you're finally happy and you're delighted and you're coming into your true self and you're really lighting it up. It feels like you've murdered my child. Your joy is
You've murdered my good
child.
heterosexual child.
My imaginary assumed heterosexual cisgender child is being murdered by your joy. It's absolutely bizarre.
It's pathetic.
Indeed. Oh.
Fancy an ugly.
Oh, yeah.
Good hug, mate. Good hug. Right, I think I'm going to go ring me mum. So, Laura,
Yes.
where can people find all your stuff, what you do?
Laura K. Buzz pretty much everywhere on the internet. Patreon, that's the one that pays the bills. As little as $1 a month allows me to keep sustainably doing all the stuff that I do out on the internet.
Oh.
But also, you can just subscribe there for free and get an email every time I publish stuff, and that's a good way to stay up to date on all the things what I do. What else is there? YouTube. Go check out the new episode of Accessibility will be up this week about gaming and sleep issues. There's episodes of Dice Funk. A new season of Dice Funk has just started rolling out where we play
episode zeros are going out.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
start playing Spooky Pumpkins. You'll get to meet the Baron pretty soon.
The Baron.
Fix Your Heart or Die. Listen to me talk about the works of David Lynch or works inspired by David Lynch. Controller Access. I talk about video game accessibility. Where Everybody Has Gone Before. Me and Jeffrey Bunting roll a randomized wheel of Star Trek episodes and watch Star Trek at random. Probably some other things I'm forgetting to point out, but Laura K. Buzz, you'll find all the stuff.
Yeah.
What about you, Shane?
Patreon.com/StonedMonkeyRadio. As little as $1 a month, you can help me justify doing all the things what I do. You can also find me on Humans Holler at News, a podcast for me's and for yous. We talk about sort of general good news stuff, funny stories about animals and such, and generally have a good and silly time. We have recently replaced the outtakes episodes, bonuses for Patreon subscribers, with a Q&A, a monthly Q&A. So if you want to subscribe over there, you can get your questions added in, and you can ask us questions, and we will do our best to answer them.
Yay!
That's it for me, Laura. We're listening to our place, darling.
Until next time, be a stranger.